Hey guys, welcome back. Today we discuss the Book of Boba Fett episode 2. Much of this episode, like the last one, takes place in the past, with Boba rising through the ranks of the Tusken society by earning their respect rather than, say, simply leaving. The effort here is obviously to convey a relationship of acceptance developing between the two as they train him in their fighting style and various customs, and to humanize the uncivilized barbarians by showing us the complexity of their culture. After the tribe is brutally attacked from a freighter train zipping across their territory, Boba trains them in the use of certain machines and technology, namely a bunch of speeders he managed to steal from a local gang. The train, we learn, is run by the Pike Syndicate and travels along the spice route. It has become a serious problem not only because it threatens the lives of the Tuskens along the route, but also because those hired to guard the train deliberately target the Tuskens and murder them, which we watch occur in one of the most savage and horrifying scenes in the show so far. There are a few montage scenes of Boba training the Tuskens, much like we saw of him being trained by them. These are meant to be comedic relief, I suppose, but the repetition of it all just felt kind of flat. The battle for the train was the best part of the episode. It felt a little like something out of Mission Impossible and delivered well enough on the action and the suspense to keep me entertained. One major issue I have, though, is with how the Tuskens kept reappearing in number. It reminded me of Game of Thrones Season 8 when the Dothraki were clearly wiped out during the Battle for Winterfell and magically doubled or tripled in number after the fact. This should have been a last man standing moment, that last man being Boba himself, as he was the one who planned it all and led the assault, and clearly was much better skilled at this kind of fighting than the Tuskens or anyone else for that matter. By the end, the takeover is a success. Going forward, attacks will be levied against any other travelers coming across their sand sea. And Boba, after a sick mind trip with lizard, heroin, or LSD, or PCP, or whatever you want to call that stuff that you snort to get high as part of his initiation process, after all of that disgusting display, I can't even fully describe it because I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was just that gross. He's fully accepted into the tribe and receives his robes. The staff he constructs himself from a stick he found during his hallucinations. In addition to these scenes, the present day story inches forward with a confrontation between Boba and Cousins Hut, who have returned for what they perceive to be their family's throne. It ends rather disappointingly as threats are made. An angry black Wookie is introduced, apparently from the Disney Star Wars era comics, who seemingly wants to tear Boba apart. These two have history. After all the bluster and all the growling is done, though, nothing actually happens. I'm guessing the alliance with the Tuskens is probably going to come into play here at some point, and then the storylines will converge as ultimately there must be war with the new claimants to Boba's empire. Though this episode vastly improved on the action and gave us more scenes displaying Boba's capacity for violence, making it far better than the last episode, it also revealed what may be a motivating factor in developing this show as they have, to undo to some extent fans' perception of these characters. There's been a trend of late of humanizing and softening villains to make them more Disney friendly, and Boba and the Tuskens are apparently no exception. What they seem to not understand is that Star Wars is just that, Star Wars. And when you get into adapting or taking from EU stories in particular, you're entering a world far more real, and in some cases far more dark than people realize. There's ultimately no way to change these characters so dramatically without eroding who they've become in some way. But then again, that's something the studio has demonstrated time and time again they clearly don't care about. But hey, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.